All right, this example will be for determining the coefficient of hydration for another hydrate example. My first suggestion is that you actually pause this video and try this problem on your own. So hopefully by now you've done 2 or 3 examples. And if you just take this problem, freeze it, and see if you can figure it out, or at least get part way, and then jump on the video to help get you through it. So just like our experiment, we're going to take a hydrate, which is a dry salt like magnesium sulfate that has some water molecules attached to it. And for our purposes, it's always going to be a whole number. So we're trying to find out that whole number. And these masses are the mass of the hydrate and then the mass of the anhydrous after it's been heated. So the first thing we want to do is subtract those numbers. Before we heat it, it weighs 13.52 grams. That's the hydrate. And then after we heat it, all we have left is dry magnesium sulfate. When we subtract these two numbers, if we had something with water in it and then something that's totally dry, the difference of those two numbers is going to just be water, 6.92 grams of water. So now we have two very important values. We have the dry stuff, and then we have our water. And with both of those values, we're going to mole it out. So water, starting with that mass, 6.92 grams, we'll convert this into moles. 1 mole of water is 18.02 grams from your periodic table. And we're going to do the same thing with magnesium sulfate. 6.60 grams. And then if you look up on your periodic table, 1 mole of magnesium sulfate weighs 120.38 grams. Again, off of the periodic table. Always want to have that in front of you. Pause for a second while I calculate these. After dividing the mass of water by its molar mass, I get 0.384 moles. And if I do the same thing for magnesium sulfate, I get 0.0548 moles of the dry stuff. And just like our lab, we're going to put the moles of water, our coefficient of hydration, is just going to equal our moles of water over the moles of our dry stuff. And when we type this in, we get a number very, very close to 7. So 0.384 divided by 0.0548 gives 7.007, which is very, very close to 7. So our hydrate is actually going to be magnesium sulfate heptahydrate, if you remember that prefix for 7. It's heptahydrate. I was writing the word, but we need the number, 7H2O. I hope that helps. Good luck.